What's up, guys? Welcome to our show for today. Now, let's talk about opening of schools. Passing money timetable.
Niambie.
Wanasema ati tunafungua shule January 4th. January 4th, 2021. Why have you seen this timetable?
No.
Unajua Christmas ni siku 10?
I only know ni January 4th.
Unajua Christmas siku 10 miadi?
Kwa nini 10 pekee?
I don't know. Wanasema half term. We're getting 3 days of half term. Ikawa unafika nyumbani unanusa na unarudi tu. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And they want the current Form 3s to do their KCSE in March 2022. Okay. But it's fine. We move on and we move on.
Uko Form 3?
We move on and we just move on.
Naona inakuuma.
Ndio maana nimeumwa hivi. Na Christmas siku 10. Yaani unafika nyumbani unalala, unaamka ni Christmas.
It is well.
But it is well. So today we have in our panel we have Miadi here, Omoto, we have Pasi, and we have Wise. So just don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment. The Imagination Show begins now. So today we're going to be discussing about kids and the youth in leadership. Yeah, and I think Pasi is going to be taking us through.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah. I am privileged. By that, I'm happy. It's nice. I will get to know what young people. I have a teenager and 2. Do I call you children or
Kids.
preteens?
Yeah.
You are preteen.
I'm a preteen.
You're also a preteen. Okay, I get to know how teenagers and preteens think in terms of leadership. Now, my first question, what are Kenyan leaders famous for?
Corruption.
Corruption. Why? Just
One thing, corruption is, let's say, in every country, but mostly in economically growing countries, there's more corruption than the superpowers, because people will tend to take or use the money for their own gains, which is supposed to go to the country's development. So these people, we will see no development, and every time you'll hear that money has been stolen, money is going to be given to these people, but when it is given, it is taken, and there is little to no development in such countries like ours.
Oh, hey, where do you get this information from? Would you be auto happy, mambo?
Common knowledge. Is it just common knowledge?
Unatoanga wapi hii story? Hakuna. Awesome. Okay, Biadi, what are Kenyan leaders famous for?
Most of them are known for using a lot of money. People say that alinunua keki kubwa just because of his birthday. Sijui alimtengenezea kuku kubwa alafu sijui kwa tu mingi and that was almost 100,000 that cake and
Na shida iko wapi mtu akula keki kubwa?
Because but most ili trend, most of them watu most wanajua alinunua keki kubwa sijui nini ikafanyika hadi mimi nilidhani mimi kupata tu hiyo keki hiyo moja tu hiyo 100 it will be once in my life.
Lakini he is the president.
Yeah.
Pesa iko.
Lakini haimaanishi anafaa itumie na watu wengine watamani hiyo pesa yake.
Alitumia pesa ngapi kununua keki?
Mimi nasikia ni 100k.
100k. Kwa president.
Hiyo ni pesa mingi.
Kwa president.
But it's his money, so he uses it. Right?
Yeah, but it's a lot of money to me.
Okay, ni sawa. Okay, now in general, leave alone a specific person. In general, if you look at our leaders in Kenya, what are they famous for?
The Kenyan leaders, African leaders have their own qualities, positive qualities, but most of the people know them for negative things. Yeah, because I don't know if you would agree, but even if, say case example, you've been doing good things in your life ever since forever, and then you do this one negative thing sometime in your life, it's like that negative thing is what will be seen throughout. Like if someone mentions your name, the first thing people will remember is the negative thing you did. So that's what I would conclude. They're usually known for the negative things that they have done instead of the positive things that they have done.
Are there positive things that our leaders have done?
I'll give an example. Governor Oparanya. He has fixed so many roads. Like from my shags kuna barabara fulani ilikuwa tu hapo mbele ya kwetu. Hiyo barabara ilikuwa mbaya, as in it was such a terrible road. But right now it's all tarmac. You know, I would give an example of Governor Oparanya. He has really helped the Western region develop.
Especially hiyo barabara hapo mbele
Hiyo barabara hapo mbele ya kwetu.
Sawa. Before Governor Oparanya endelea kutengeneza barabara ya hapo kwenyu.
Hapo.
Sasa haifikishe kwa compound yenyu sasa.
Haifikishe hapo ndani.
Awesome. Are there good things about our leaders in this country?
Yes, there are good things about our leaders. See, there are some leaders who want to do good things, and there are just some leaders who can't control themselves. They're greedy and they just want everything for themselves and their friends. See, there are governors and the president and other governors in our country. They give money to different counties, and these counties, they use this money for all the wrong reasons. But there are counties like Vihiga, where they use that money well, and also here in Kisumu, it's showing how our governor has made our county to be better than what it was before. Because if you can see here in this dumpster, that the former dumpster, they have changed it, and now it's a garden. They grow trees. So you can't say. You remember what the former governor said in a news? I read in a news article that they should not remove the dumpster because he grew up with it and he learned with it. Why does someone want a dumpster? A so sight for someone to look at, because they learned with it. What did they learn? That the environment is becoming dirty. Why should they not remove this dumpster and make it a garden?
Hey, awesome. When you grow up, what do you want to become?
A journalist.
Journalist. Hey, nilifikiri ungesema activist. But it is well. Miadi, are there good things that our leaders have done? Are there good leaders in our midst? If you look at our country, can you mention one person who you think is a good example?
For me, it is Professor Nyang' Nyong'o, because the roads that have been here, he has helped us and made them better, so that our cars, like magari, most of them, they just zinaribika tu zikipita kwa mabarabara, na pia vile Wise alisema hizo dumpster. Hadi mamangu alisema ati vile alikuwa anasoma Kisumu, hiyo dumpster ilikuwa hapo na ilikuwa inawasumbua like kusoma, because alikuwa anasoma hapo Alliance, the smell, how it smelled so bad. And at least now it's a garden. And it looks much better. It just makes our city look good.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's good to... Now, imagine yourself as a leader what would you do differently?
One,
Or what sort of a leader would you be?
let's say I would be a fair leader in my site, because I don't want to make choices that will favor this type of people and make this other type of people disadvantaged.
I really don't think your background will determine what type of leader you're going to be, like whether you come from a wealthy background, whether you come from a poor background. If you know, if you have been raised with the right qualities, you already know what you want to do. Because I would want to be a very integral leader. You know, I would want people to know that I have integrity. I would want people to trust me. I would be honest with the people that I am leading. Yeah, I would have some level of discernment also. Yeah, I would be a leader who I know that I'm supposed to serve my people. Yeah, not only please them, but sometimes hit them with a little bit of tough love.
Yes, but see, I don't mean that I would please them. I'm just saying I want every type of person to be advantaged and all that. The background does matter.
Well, hizi vitu mnatoanga wapi? I'm shocked.
Okay, I listen to news. I'm forced to listen to news.
You're forced to listen to news.
Yes, because
Are you acting because you are forced ama? Umejaa ngori na watu hapa. Hapa ni umeforciwa kuona.
no, I don't take any grudge because I was forced. See, when you're watching something, your parents will always want to watch news, and it's really boring, but whatever.
But now, let me ask a question. By the your background does not matter. We don't choose where to be born, and it does not affect. I think leadership, the way you decide this is the type of leader I will be, is a matter of choice, not background. The same way, when you go to school, it is not your background that will determine whether you'll get a good grade or not. We have people who are coming from very poor background and they end up doing so well academically, and we have those who are doing well in terms of they have well-able parents, and they do well also. So the background does not matter. It is a matter of choice, which sort of leader you would want to be. Miadi amenyamaza. So what would you do differently if you are a leader, or what sort of a leader would you be?
I will be a fair leader and a friendly leader, because I would love to accept my like where I did wrong. I would accept it. I will not say the way Trump said, when I lose, I will not be in America. I will go to another place where I will live, be welcomed. Like in Kenya, nobody wants him. In London, nobody wants him. There is nowhere he was
Nani
wanted.
alikuambia hakuna mtu anamtaka?
Si,
Akalanda hapa Kisumu na Mado.
hapana, si most people hawampendi. Saa yeye atatakana wapi? Anaongea vibaya.
No, the guy is a great businessman. Kuna watu wamemtambua. You saw he had millions of votes.
Yeah.
So kuna watu wanampenda.
Sasa vile alikuwa anataka alisema ati anataka kuban TikTok na company sio yake, hata iko America.
In America.
It's in China.
Yes, he wanted to ban it in America. He has
Yes.
the power.
But he has the power, but hakuuliza like watu wa China.
You know, there are things if I want to do as a president of a country, I can do without the permission of another country.
But Cornel basi, but he's like a rude
Sasa now
person.
sijauliza juu ya Trump, nimeuliza juu yako. Now wachana na watu wengine. Sema wewe, which sort of a leader or what type of leader would you be?
I'll be a very good leader because I will be looking at the good side. And if I want to choose a choice, if these people, I'll be choosing like how people are, I'll be seeing how people are poor and how people are rich, and how like if I do this, both of them like will do it. Not like I'm saying mashule zifungwe alafu mkwe muna watch kwa TV shule. Like, most of them hata wana TV, wako na radio, wata watch aje. So like nitakuwa fair to everyone, alafu like I will not want other people to feel bad because I chose something only for the rich. I'm supposed to choose for both poor, rich, and everyone.
Yes, so I think
hawa watoto jo. Nyi watu jo. Sawa. Haina noma. Now that you've been talking about presidents and presidents, should we allow how old are you?
12.
12. And how old are you?
11.
11. Okay, let us say 11-year-olds and above. Should we allow them to vote for a president or even become the president of a nation? Should we allow? Wacha tuanze hapa.
So let's I think first we are going to go for a break. Yeah, we'll go for a break and we're going to pick this up later. So make sure you comment what you think about this. Comment what type of leader you would want to be. Comment what Kenyan leaders are famous for. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. We are going to be back after the break. What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's challenge. Last week's challenge was amazing. When we did the whole string thing, it was amazing. So this week, we are going to be doing charades. And each team will have 1 minute to be able to get the word right. So we're going to have one person from each team, Team Titans and Team Panda, to be coming to me, and I'm going to be telling them the word they are going to be acting out. So let's do this right now. So one person from each team. Starting now. Which team said it first? Which team said it first? Which team said it first? This team. Team Titans said it first, okay? Titans get the first round. Okay, come on. With that, yeah, for the second round, starting now. Okay. Starting now. Okay, we have 2 points for this, 1 point for this. We can squeeze in a few more words, right? Okay, starting now. Okay, 2 points for Team Titans, 2 points for Team Panda. So we are going to have a tiebreaker. Okay, so starting now. Team Titans has won this by acting out Pluto. I did not think that was possible. I really did not. But of course, they proved me wrong. So they're going to get a prize, of course, next week. So yeah, that was our challenge for this week. Congratulations, Team Titans! Yeah, so let's go to the next session. We will see you there. Bye. What's up, my G's? We have come from the challenge. Pasi, challenge, see challenge.
Bana, imebidi jo. Watu wako sawa. Lakini tuone nani amewin.
So that was a hot challenge. We had come from a very hot first session, and we are going to be picking up from where we left off, and then we do a Q&A. So yes, Pasi,
Yes.
tuliachia pahali where we were talking about should children be allowed to vote in the national elections.
11-year-old, should an 11-year-old be allowed to vote?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Wewe hutaki kuvote? Kwa nini?
Because naweza kachagua mtu wrong, alafu ulezwa na marafiki zako. Ungechagua huyu, ungechagua huyu. Unajua ni mzuri kuliko huyu. Huyu na
Peer pressure.
Do you vote in school?
Yeah, we vote.
So who do you wanakuulizanga wewe mbona ukuvotia huyu? See, it's a secret ballot.
No, like ukisha vote, so ukisha vote here, tumevote hapa. Ukienda huko, after a few hours later, watakuuliza ulivotia nani, nilivotia nani. Then wataanza kukuambia, unajua huyu anakuanga tu na shida, akwangi mzuri. Atakuja akue mbaya, akue nagombanisha kila time, sijui nini.
So do you think when you, let's say you become 18 and above and you're allowed to vote, do you think people will not ask you?
I'm not sure about that. Because when you're 18 and above, you make good choices.
Okay, so you say 11-year-olds should not be allowed to vote?
No.
Because people will ask them, who did you vote for?
Yeah, mostly grown-ups.
Okay, so why do you think grown-ups are the ones who should be allowed to vote?
Because they think wisely than children, and not that children are not reasonable. They are, but not that mature.
Okay, wacha niulize wise. Wise man,
Yes.
should we allow 12-year-olds like you to vote?
Yes.
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 Yeah, justify your statement. Your answer.
I think 12-year-olds and above should vote. Why? Because they have their problems, adults have their problems, and if we all, let's say, come together and vote for who we want, who we think will solve our problems and stuff like that, we will come to one person, obviously. That person will become the leader, and we will move on with life. Or if, let's say, when you're an adult, you will vote and go. Some people don't really think it's important, and so you'll just go away. You'll not feel the essence of it, or some people think that all the leaders are the same. They'll not do work. They'll just go there to embezzle the money and do everything for their own good.
Okay, Wise, let me just contradict you somewhere. You know, I feel like children shouldn't be allowed to vote because, okay, obviously you are up to date with current affairs, if I'm not wrong, but current affairs isn't on the top priority of many children's lists. You know, many children are concerned with what I'm going to watch, the other things in life. You know, not every child is like, okay, honestly, like me. Current affairs is not the top thing on my priority list. You get? So I don't spend my time talking or thinking about which leader and which leader. You get? So that's why I don't think that children should be allowed to vote, because they have different things on their priority lists, like who's going to lead them.
Let's ask someone who votes. Is current affairs on the top of your list?
Kabisa.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
mbaya
Then,
mbovu. I watch news.
yes, you watch news, you don't watch.
I read the newspaper. I research to know what's happening in the nation.
Okay, fine, but also.
When people declare they want to become presidents and prime ministers and not prime ministers and MPs and MCAs and all those people who I can vote for, I do my research and ask myself what sort of a leader is this person, and should I or should I not vote for such a person? What are the good things about them? What are the bad things about them? What agenda do they have for the young people, for the children, for the elderly? Yes, I look at all those things. Do you look at all those things when you're voting for the prefect?
Yes. Let's say I do. But what makes you think that I will not research sometimes in my free time and look at all those things that you've said? Who wants to be the MP? Who wants to be the president? Who wants to be who wants to be the governor and stuff like that?
I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, if we accept that you would do your research, yeah. So if you can move on to the next topic
So
in discussion.
you think we should allow you to vote? And you are saying matters to do with the nation are not something of a priority to you.
No, they are, because you can't tell me that if there are, let's say, violence, political violence in the area that I live in, I will not be like, they'll not come here, nothing will happen. I'll have to be safe and search for things that are relevant where I am and look for how I will.
Let me ask the question again. Why should we allow a 12-year to vote?
Because we also have our problems that adults don't know.
Okay.
But also, a 12-year-old like you cannot also think like you. Not all 12-year-olds think like you. And most of them think like children, small children, 6-year-old children. They can just be told, nitakubaya bike ukinivutia. And they will vote.
Then what makes a 6-year-old, how does a 6-year-old think?
At 6-year-old things.
Can easily be influenced. Yeah, a 6-year-old can easily be influenced.
Yeah,
If you
can easily be influenced, but also, aren't these people easily influenced?
Which people? These people.
Why do you think that
Okay.
there is corruption in
What I
politics?
think, according to our constitution, all people who are below 18 are considered as, let's say, children, and all people, let me say, not mature, and actually maturity is not measured by age, but let me say they are considered as children, sawa sawa. And I think matters to do with the nation and all these things will require an adult to make certain decisions on behalf of the nation. All of us are not at the same level. You may be a mature young person who thinks maturely, but most of the people in that stage of life do not think, and it is not, as they say, it's not a priority to them. Some things are not a priority to them compared to those who are above 18. And that's why I think children will not be allowed to vote. But let me tell you, one time, if God speaks to you and you want to become an MP, an MCA, a president, feel free. If you are a good candidate, I will vote for you. Sawa sawa. Ama niaji, even miadi. One time, if God speaks to you and you want to become a president, do you want to become the president?
No.
Okay. Okay, whichever. A time is coming when you will be allowed to vote and you will be able to make sober decisions. Because right now, in your age, your priority is more of getting an education.
Yeah. So we.
But you can discuss with your parents what you think about a certain president or a certain candidate. You can give your opinions, then they'll vote on your behalf.
Yeah, so comment below what you think about this. Should children be allowed to vote? And if yes, say why. If no, also say why. So we're going to move into a Q&A session now with our live audience over there. So we are going to be receiving questions, comments, anything you would require clarification on. Yeah, so let's roll with it.
Let's hear from our audience. Mnaona aje? Watu you vote?
That's a bit of a challenge, Kiasi. When we talk about that, I see the young gentleman there, and ataka kuvote. That's a bit of a challenge, Kiasi, but it's good. It's good to hear from the children, at least the young mind. At least we've heard from them. We've heard their take on the leadership side of our country. It's good. It's good. We've we've heard from them. So my question to the preteens, we call them the preteens. So, and also the teen, I think we have a teen there. So my question to the panelists is, I was thinking, I've heard the young gentleman saying that they have their own struggles, they want their voice to be heard. So I was thinking if we could create, like in the parliament, the way we created a seat for the women representative, I was thinking if we could create a seat, I was just thinking, I don't know if you can. Yeah, not for necessarily for children, like for the youth affairs, so that I have heard they have their own issues. So I was just thinking if it could be heard, like if we could have a seat for it to be heard.
Okay, like, would that seat be occupied by a child or by an adult?
By a youth.
By youth. Like, what age? 19, 23, 24? What age are we thinking?
I think 20 and above.
20 and above. Isn't that an adult
more
already?
reasonable.
Why do you need someone who I believe there is youth representatives, and why would we need someone who is a youth to represent children in their own seat?
So you want a child to occupy you?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, what I think, what I can suggest from where I sit is maybe the needs of the children should be taken as a priority, e.g. Improving our schools, having more schools for children, let's say issues to do with desks and education, and anything that affects a child should be a priority amongst the leaders of our nation. That's what I think, but voting as for now, you will be represented by the leaders. They will take care, and I think they have been doing that in terms of education and all those things. Maybe not very well, but yeah, they've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus wise, not every teen is mature. Like you can find Grace is not that mature. You can find, but she is mature. Not everyone is allowed to vote because not, like, you can even say someone like Pasi is not that mature. You can find they're just like that.
You don't say that.
No, I'm just meaning someone who's
I understand
your age.
you.
Yeah.
I understand.
You can find that person is not mature, and also like children are not supposed to vote.
Yeah, okay. We can receive the next question from our live audience.
Okay.
Okay, mine's not really actually a question actually as per se, but did you notice like the way the flow shifted to us, the way we laughed when we were asked if children should vote? I think, like, sincerely speaking, children should not be able to, because most of the things their own parents or guardians are able to provide for them or to sort them out. But like it requires an adult to choose someone who doesn't look at things in a short-term way, but rather in a long-term way. Because children, most of the time, if we notice, they look at, like, they want things like let's say you ask like you tell a child, like, okay, I'm going to give you this and please vote for me. Definitely, like 99% of them will fall for it, because children are easily like manipulated and stuff. But if you take an adult, it's kind of hard to manipulate an adult because he or she knows what he or she wants in life. So I think, as for me, it's a no.
Yeah, I completely agree.
As she said, not every adult is mature. How sure are you that adults cannot be manipulated? Let's take example. When the politicians are campaigning, there is that I will give you this, I will give you that, I will give you whatever. And there is also corruption. Why are there other politicians saying that don't accept this 20 shillings, don't accept 50 shillings, blah, 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 this 50 shillings will not go for 5 years? Because there are adults that have been manipulated, and that it's not a new thing, that it will still be happening, and adults will be manipulated.
Okay, that is a very strong.
I get your point. It's true. Whatever you're saying is true, and I agree with you. People can be manipulated, and people have been manipulated to make certain decisions. But it has to do with in general, people are considered to be mature enough to make certain decisions at a particular age. That's how our constitution is. And maybe they have looked at a majority of children, and at this age, their priority is not national issues. And that's why they make that decision. That's why in school you'll be allowed to vote for a prefect, vote for a school president, or nowadays you have governors, because your priority is in that environment. You can make decisions for that environment.
Yeah.
That is where your focus is. But now adults who are past 18 have the time to focus on what's happening in the nation and all those things, a majority of them. That's why they consider, I think that's why from where I sit, they consider a child should be given permission to focus on getting education, maybe primary education or high school, and then after that, they're educated enough to make certain decisions. They have been empowered, and now they're able to make certain decisions concerning the nation.
Yeah, so
whilst we agree with you, adults can be manipulated, anyone can be manipulated, but when it comes to certain decisions, they have looked at in general. Most of the people at this age, are they able to make certain decisions? No, and that's why they go for it. That's why children, I don't think they will be allowed to vote anytime soon.
So we can go back to our live audience for one more question.
Okay. First and foremost, let me say, maybe children likewise, maybe those who are able to reason like him, maybe one day will be allowed to vote, because I think he has very strong argument points, and some do make sense. And here's my question to the panelists. Usually people do say children are the leaders of tomorrow. So what are the ways in which the adults, how should they go about it in a way in which they can make the children to be better leaders than them, the next generation to come out in the years to come?
Okay, I feel like, being a leader, first you need the basic qualities, integrity, honesty, discernment, assertiveness, those type of things. So I feel like for the parents of the child, it's going to be, they should teach them these qualities when they're still children, because if you grow up with something, if you grow up knowing that this is right, that is what you're going to apply when you become a leader. Yeah, so I just think that the parents of the children should be teaching them these qualities from when they're young.
And let me add, now that we've realized that even children are watching news, let us give positive examples as leaders. Let it not be every time we switch on our televisions to watch news, the only thing that comes is corruption. Let us be the role models. Let us have good morals for our children to look and say, I want to be like this person. Let us show that example of who a good leader is. Let us emulate that. And also, let us give responsibilities early in life at home. We can give them leadership responsibilities. Do you lead Bible study once in a while? Yes, you can give responsibilities in the house at their level. Give them responsibilities at their level. And I think if we model a good example and we give responsibilities to our children, and we show them good morals, they will become good leaders in the future. And they are good leaders.
Yeah, I agree with Pasi. Please, on the questions that our live audience shared with us, comment what you think about it. Comment whether you think background matters or whether it doesn't. So I'm going to read a few comments from our last week's show, where we were talking about rights of children. So Alex Shiguri says, relevant topic, the best panel, I'm learning from you. Kelsey Diambo says, this has been amazing, the challenge superb. I feel enlightened by this amazing young panelists. Travisami says, great people, great topic, great discussion. Nelly Irangi says, this is so lovely, keep it up, guys. I loved the discussion. Bonnie Kola said, wise guy said somewhere in a cloud, good people are tired of being good to ungrateful people. We African are being punished over a mistake to make a better generation, though we still complain. Can we solve these issues? And he also says, nice program.
Man.
Yeah, so we have come to the end of our show today.
Punchline.
We have come to the end of our show today. So make sure you catch us next time, same place. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave your comment about how you feel about today's show.
Aya, my last comment, then we go. Lazima pastor onge. Let me say this, it has just come to my mind as I was talking about Jesus. Jesus was the perfect example of a leader. For me, what I see in Jesus is a servant leader. He served everyone and anyone, no matter the background. He was a servant to all. Amen. And that's the best kind of leader we can have.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Waze yo.